Alright, here we go. First one says an independent system of two linear equations has infinite number of solutions. If it's independent, then that means it's going to cross. It's never going to have an infinite number of solutions. It's always going to have one. Always going to have one. Number 2 asks you to solve by graphing. So what you're going to have to do on the test tomorrow is you're going to have to pick out the correct graph. Here's what it's going to look like. I would make it say y equals. So I would solve for y, or either I would solve by using elimination or substitution, because they're also going to give you the ordered pair. So you need to pick you've got to pick the right graph and the right ordered pair. So you have to know how to do both of them, because there may be two answers that have 3, 1. So you want to be sure you know how to graph it as well. You can plug in 3 and 1 and know if it works. Working backwards on your calculator, right? So let's practice making it say y equals. It says negative 3x minus y is negative 10. We're going to solve for y. It says negative y equals 3x minus 10. Divide by negative 1. So y equals negative 3x plus 10. The next one says 4x minus 4y is 8. Solve for y. Subtract 4x from each side. Negative 4y equals negative 4x plus 8. Divide through by negative 4. Y equals x minus 2. So you got to graph both of those. So on this grid, we're going to start at negative 10. No, at 10, which is going to be way up here. And you're going to go down 3 over 1. So make sure that's got the right slope. And that one does. The second one starts at negative 2 and goes up 1 and over 1. So be sure you have the right graph and the right ordered pair. Number 3, same thing. It says negative 2x plus y plus 1 is 0. Solve for y. So I'm going to add 2x to each side. I'm also going to subtract 1. So y equals 2x minus 1. The other equation says 4x minus 2y is negative 2. Subtract 4x from each side. Divide 3 by negative 2. Y equals 2x plus 1. So you've got to graph both of those. This time I'm going to show you how to do it on the calculator. It says, go to y equals. Make sure it says equals and not greater than or less than. Enter 2x minus 1, and then enter 2x plus 1, and graph. And when we graph, we see that they are parallel, which means there's no solution. If you had solved this algebraically by substitution or elimination, you would have gotten something like 0 equals 5, and that would have been your clue that it was no solution. Number 4, the rental car. We did this one together yesterday. Cost is equal to $32 plus $3 per day. Our cost is equal to $30.50 plus $3.25 per day. And you can put that in your calculator as well. 32 plus $3 times x and $30.50 plus $3.25 times x. Now, you can't graph it. I mean, if you do, you're not going to see much, because these things have y-intercepts at 30. So the graph's not going to be very helpful. So go to the table, and what you're looking for is when the costs are the same. So do you see that in here? Right at 6. Both of them are $50. So at 6, what are we talking about months? 6 days. Questions so far? Number 5 says negative 2x minus y is 9, and 3x minus 4y is negative 8. It says without graphing, classify. You can either make it say y equals and choose which category it goes into, or you can try to solve it by elimination and see what answer you get. I would probably multiply the top by negative 4 That will give me 8x plus 4y is negative 36. The bottom is 3x minus 4y is negative 8. When you solve, you're going to get 11x is equal to negative 44. You're going to divide by 11, and x is negative 4. You really do not have to find the answer on these. You just have to work it far enough to see, does it have an answer, or is it something that's true, or is it something that's false? So which one is these? This one has an answer, so it is independent. Okay? Number 6. Number 6 says y equals 4x plus 6, and the second equation says negative 8x plus 2y is 12. I would take that and put it in place of y. Negative 8x plus 2 times 4x plus 6 equals 12. Negative 8x plus 8x, I'm distributing here, plus 12 equals 12. Now what happens to your x's? They cancel. So you get 12 equals 12. So do you get an answer, do you get a true statement, or do you get a false statement? You get a true statement. So when you get a true statement, what category are we in over here? Where does it say true? Right there. It's dependent. Number 7 says 12x plus 3y is 12, and y equals negative 4x plus 5. I would take that and put it in place of y. So it's going to say 12x plus 3 times negative 4x plus 5 is equal to 12. 12x, distribute. The 12's cancel. You get 15 equals 12. What? False. Since it's false, we know that it's no solution. What word do they use? Inconsistent. 8 says solve the system, but you can use any method you like. 5x minus y is 5, and 5x minus 3y is 15. I'm going to eliminate the x's by multiplying everything in the top by negative 1. When I multiply by negative 1, all it really does is change these signs. These cancel. I get negative 2y is equal to 10. Divide by negative 2. Y is negative 5. I'm going to plug that back in that first equation. 5x minus negative 5 is 5. So 5x plus 5 is 5. Subtract 5 from both sides. 5x is 0. X is 0. So 0, negative 5 is my answer. Number 9 says negative 3x minus 3y plus 2z equals negative 7. And then they tell you that z is 1. And then negative 2x minus 3y plus z is negative 6. So if you know that z is 1, go on and put it in place. Negative 3x minus 3y plus 2 times 1, which is 2, is negative 7. Subtract that 2 from both sides. Negative 3x minus 3y is negative 9. This is probably what you would consider equation 4. You know that z is 1, so plug it in. Negative 2x minus 3y plus 1 is negative 6. Negative 2x minus 3y, subtract 1, is negative 7. This is equation 5. Now you've got to take 4 and 5 and either get rid of x or get rid of y. Get rid of y by doing what? I'm going to multiply negative 4 by negative 1. I'm going to multiply equation 4 by negative 1. And I'm going to get 3x plus 3y is 9. And that's gone. And I get x equals 2. So I know x is 2 and z is 1. I'm going to take that x value right there. Negative 3 times 2 minus 3y is negative 9. Negative 6 minus 3y is negative 9. Negative 3y equals negative 3. So y is 1. So my answer needs to be in the form of x, y, z. Any questions on number 9? 10. Question 10. Says x plus y plus 3z is negative 4. That's equation 1. Negative x minus y minus 2z is 5. That's equation 2. And then 2x minus z is negative 3. That's equation 3. What's your strategy? Equation 3 only has 2 letters in it. So what do we need to do? We need to come up with equation 4, right? Well, we kind of already have what we would consider equation 4. 3 kind of is going to be our substitute for 4, but we've got to come up with one more equation that is only containing 2 letters. Which 2 letters do you want to be in the next equation we come up with? X and z. So we got to get rid of y, and which 2 equations do we have to do that with? 1 and 2. So what are they set up to do that? When you combine them, okay, so what do we get? Z equals 1. Well, if you know that z equals 1, plug it in. Add 1. Divide. X is negative 1. Then go up to equation 1. Negative 1 plus y plus 3 times 1 is negative 4. Y is negative 6. So my answer is negative 1, negative 6, 1.